Hello my loves, and a warm welcome to this gentle and soothing yoga flow. My name is Frederikke, and I'm so glad you decided to join me today. Whether you've been flowing with me for a while or this is your first time here, thank you. Now, if you have any props you'd like to use, like a block, a bolster, a blanket, or even a pillow, feel free to grab them now. These can really help make our practice today even more comfortable and supportive. And when you're ready, come into a comfy seated position. Maybe close your eyes. And let's start with a few deep, calming breaths. So exhale where you are. And then slowly inhale through your nose, filling yourself up with a sense of calm and warmth. Hold it for a moment at the top. And then exhale gently through your mouth, letting go of any tension or lingering thoughts. One more time, full inhale in through your nose, allow your belly and chest to expand. Hold at the top. And exhale through your mouth, feeling the softness in your shoulders as they drop away from your ears, and let your hips relax and settle comfortably. Now I invite you to think of a little intention for today's practice. Maybe it's to unwind and stretch out, to find a moment of peace, or simply to enjoy some self-care. Let this intention be your guiding light as we move through our flow. And when you're ready, let's start our cozy stretching adventure together by giving our necks a little love with some gentle movement and stretches. Take a deep inhale as you grow tall through your neck and spine. And exhale as you draw your right ear toward your right shoulder. Breathe deeply here, enjoying the stretch along the left side of your neck and the soothing release. Inhale to slowly bring your head back to center and switch sides. So exhale as you draw your left ear towards your left shoulder, this time feeling the stretch on the right side of your neck. And again, breathe deeply, letting any tension melt away. Good. Return to center with an inhale. And exhale, gently drop your chin to your chest. We are going to find some neck circles here. So with your next inhale, begin to make slow, smooth circles with your neck. Imagining drawing a big, gentle circle with your nose. Option to take your head all the way back if comfortable. Otherwise, you can just make half circles. And try to match the movement with your own breath. Inhaling as you draw your head back, and exhaling as you allow it to come back to your chest. After a few circles, switch directions and move your head the other way. Continue to breathe deeply and evenly here as you make these circles, enjoying the freedom and relaxation in your neck. When you're ready, bring your chin back to your chest and lift your head back up to center on an inhale. Exhale here and just take a moment to notice how your neck feels now. Good. On your next inhale, reach both arms up overhead, and as you exhale, place your right hand behind you on the mat or on the floor as you gently twist your torso to the right. You can bring your left hand on your right knee or thigh to deepen the stretch if that feels good. Sit up tall and continue to breathe deeply. With each inhale, imagine growing a bit taller, and with each exhale, the twist deepen just a little bit more. Inhale to slowly unwind and return to center with both arms overhead. And exhale, place your left hand behind you and your right hand on your left thigh or knee to help with the twist. Gently rotate your torso to the left as you feel the stretch in your spine and the openness in your shoulders as you hold the twist for a few breaths. Inhale, reach your arms back up overhead. And exhale, allow them to descend gracefully. From here, plant your feet on the mat in front of you with your knees bent. Lift your right ankle and place it over your left thigh, just above the knee, creating a figure 4 shape with your legs. Flex your right foot and push your right knee away from you as you keep your hands resting on the mat behind you for support. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can start to walk your left foot closer to your body, bringing your chest closer to your legs. You should feel a nice stretch in your right hip and glutes here. Exhale and slowly release the stretch by walking your left foot back out and gently lowering your right foot to the mat. And now lift your left ankle and place it over your right thigh just above the knee, forming that same figure 4 shape. Flex your left foot and push your left knee away as you start to walk your right foot closer to your body to deepen the stretch if it feels good. Breathe deeply, letting your body soften with each exhale. To come out, gently release the stretch on an exhale by lowering your left foot back to the mat. Cross your ankles, lean forward and come onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Your wrists should be directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers wide, pressing firmly into the mat to create a stable base. And from here, let's move through some gently cat-cow movements to warm up the spine. Let's start with cow pose, so inhale deeply as you drop your belly towards the mat. Lift your tailbone and gaze up slightly, letting your chest open. Feel the stretch along the front of your body as you arch your back. Exhale, move into cat pose, press the mat away, rounding your spine towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin to your chest and draw your belly button in, feeling the stretch along the back of your body. Continue flowing between these two movements with your own breath, inhaling to lift and open the chest in cow pose, and exhaling to round and stretch the back in cat pose. Move at your own pace, letting the breath guide you, allowing your spine to fully wake up and feel fluid. Amazing, everyone. Come back to a neutral spine in tabletop pose. And from here begin to tuck your toes under, and on your next inhale lift your hips up and back, straightening your legs as much as feels comfortable, coming into a downward facing dog. Press your chest gently towards your thighs and imagine your sit bones lifting up towards the sky. And remember, you can keep a soft bend in your knees if that helps you, keeping your spine straight. Press firmly down through all parts of your hands, especially your index fingers and thumbs, and just allow your head and neck to hang heavy. If it feels good, start to pedal out your feet here, bending one knee at a time while keeping the opposite leg straight. This can really help to stretch out your hamstrings and calves, especially if they feel tight. Feel the energy flowing through your body from your hands, pressing into the mat, all the way up through your hips and down through your heels. Good, find stillness. And now take a deep inhale where you are. And as you exhale, begin to slowly walk your hands back toward your feet, keeping a slight bend in your knees as you move. As you walk your hands back, allow your upper body to fold naturally over your legs, letting your head and neck completely relax. Once your hands are close to your feet or shins, let them rest there, or if it feels good, gently grab opposite elbows, creating a little more weight in the stretch. You can keep a soft bend in your knees to avoid straining your lower back and allow your spine to lengthen. And just really allow your head to hang heavy, and if you'd like, you can gently sway side from side like a peaceful pendulum, releasing any tension in your back and shoulders. Stay here for a few more breaths, enjoying the soothing stretch along your hamstrings and the gentle pull of gravity, helping you deeper into the pose. Slowly begin to release your elbows if you're holding them. We are coming back into downward facing dog, so take a soft bend in your knees and place your hands on the mat in front of you as you slowly start to walk your hands forward on the mat, allowing your upper body to lift slightly as you move. And as you walk your hands forward, keep your feet rooted where they are, and just gradually lengthen your legs back into that familiar V shape. When you have arrived in your downward dog, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Again, take a deep inhale, and this time on your exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Lower your left knee down to the mat, untuck your toes and find stability in this posture. Option here to place a blanket underneath your left knee for cushion if you'd like. And now keep your left hand planted on the mat directly under your left shoulder. On your next inhale, begin to twist your torso to the right, reaching your right arm towards the sky. Feel the twist in your spine and the opening in your chest. You can choose to gaze up at your right hand if it feels comfortable, or you can keep your gaze neutral to the side. Inhale where you are. And as you exhale, slowly thread your right arm underneath your right thigh, perhaps even wrapping it around your right leg. Inhale to rise back up, sweeping your right arm back towards the sky, returning to that open twist. Let your chest expand. And exhale, thread your right arm under your thigh again, moving with control and ease. Inhale, lift and reach your right arm back up. And exhale, throw your right arm under your thigh one last time. Inhale, rise back up, reaching right arm high. Beautiful work. Now exhale as you allow your right hand to come back down to the mat, releasing the twist. From your low lunge position, bring your hands slightly back on either side of your right leg. And with your next exhale, shift your hips back, straightening your right leg as you move into half split. Flex your right foot here, drawing your toes back toward your face, and keep your right leg as straight as feels comfortable. Inhale to grow tall through your spine. And as you exhale, keep the length in your spine as you gently fold over your right leg, leading with your heart. Keep your gaze soft, either down at your leg or slightly forward. You should feel a really nice stretch along the back of your right leg from your calf up through your hamstrings. If you need to adjust the intensity, you can place blocks underneath your hands, or you can micro-bend your right knee. You can also bring your hips slightly forward. Find the variation that works for you. We'll hold this pose for a few more breaths, enjoying the release and openness in our hamstrings. Great. With your next inhale, begin to bend your right leg and come back to a low lunge. From here, tuck your back toes, lift your knee up off the mat, and fly your hips up towards the sky, finding a downward facing dog once again. Take a moment here to come back to your breath, feeling the difference in your legs. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. So inhale deeply where you are. And on your exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Remember to lower your right knee down to the mat and untuck your toes, grounding through your base. Keep your right hand planted on the mat under your shoulder. And with your next inhale, lengthen your spine and begin to twist your torso to the left, reaching your left arm up towards the sun, the moon, and the stars. Gaze can be up towards your left hand or straight forward, completely up to you. Just find your alignment, and when you're ready, exhale as you gently thread your left arm underneath your left thigh, maybe giving your left leg a hug. Inhale to rise back up, sweeping your left arm towards the sky, opening your chest. And exhale to float your left hand down and under your thigh again, moving with control and softness. Inhale, lift and reach your left arm back up, feeling the expansion in your chest. And exhale, thread your left arm under one last time. Inhale, rise back up, reaching your left arm high and savor the full stretch. And exhale as you gracefully bring your left hand back down to the mat, releasing the twist. Inhale here, finding length in your spine. Exhale as you shift your hips back, straightening your left leg as you move into half split. Flex your left foot here, drawing your toes back toward you. This will deepen the stretch along the back of your leg. As you exhale, slowly fold over your left leg, keeping your spine long. You can place your hands on your shin, onto blocks or the floor, depending on what feels most comfortable. Breathe deeply, using each inhale to lengthen your spine, and each exhale to deepen the stretch mindfully. Good. When you're ready, bend your left knee and shift your weight forward, coming back into your low lunge. From here, tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee and step back into a downward facing dog. Take a moment to reset and enjoy the balance between the sides. With your next exhale, gently lower your knees all the way down to the mat, coming into a tabletop position. You'll find puppy pose here, so keep your hips stacked over your knees as you begin to walk your hands forward on the mat, lowering your chest and forehead to the ground. Allow your arms to extend out in front of you, keeping your palms pressing firmly into the mat. Your forehead can rest gently on the mat, or if it's more comfortable, you can bring your chin to the mat instead. As you settle into puppy pose, feel the stretch across your shoulders, chest and upper back. Really let your heart melt toward the mat, creating space and openness in the upper body. Breathe here. Take a deep inhale where you are. And on your exhale, begin to slide your right arm underneath your left arm, threading it across your body so that your right shoulder and the side of your head rest on the mat, allowing your right ear to come down to the floor. Keep your left arm extended out in front of you, or if it feels comfortable, you can bend your left elbow and rest your left hand on your lower back, deepening the twist. Stay here for a few more breaths, enjoying the release through your right shoulder and the gentle twist in your spine. When you're ready to switch sides, gently unwind by pressing through your left hand to lift your torso slightly and then slide your right arm back out, returning to puppy pose. Take a breath here and then repeat the same movement on the other side by sliding your left arm under your right, allowing your left shoulder and ear to rest on the mat. Good. Slowly slide your left arm back to center. From puppy pose, mindfully walk your hands back toward your body, lifting your torso until you are in a tabletop position once again. From here, bring your legs around in front of you and extend them out wide, coming into a seated position with your legs in a wide V shape. Make sure you're sitting up tall on your sit bones with your spine nice and long. If you need a bit of extra support, you can sit on the edge of a folded blanket or a cushion. From here, begin to flex your feet, pointing your toes up towards the ceiling and press your heels gently into the mat. On an inhale, find length in your spine, reaching your crown of your head up towards the sky. And as you exhale, begin to hinge at your hips, slowly folding your torso forward. Walk your hands out in front of you, leading with your heart and keeping your back as straight as possible. And remember, only go as far as feels comfortable for you. Whether that's just a slight tilt forward or deeper fold, the focus here is on a gentle stretch, not forcing the pose. Once you've found a comfortable depth in your forward fold, allow your head and neck to relax. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. Slowly push yourself back up to a seated position, keeping your legs still extended wide and your spine straight. From here, let's explore some side stretches. So on your next inhale, reach your left arm up. And as you exhale, lean your torso to the right, bring your right hand down towards your right leg. You can rest it on your shin, ankle, or even on the mat beside your leg, whatever feels comfortable. Left arm reaches overhead, extending toward your right foot. Feel a deep stretch along the left side of your body. Maybe you can even grab hold of your right foot with your left hand, but be sure to keep your chest open and lifted up. Your gaze can be either straight ahead or up towards your left arm, whichever feels best. Breathe deeply here, feeling the stretch from your left hip all the way up through your fingertips. On your next inhale, lift your torso back to center and allow your left arm to come down again. Exhale here. And inhale to reach your right arm up. Exhale as you lean to the left, bring your left hand down towards your left leg while you extend your right arm overhead, reaching toward or grabbing your left foot. Breathe into your right side here. With your next inhale, rise your torso back up and let your right arm come back down. From here, place your hands behind you, leaning back slightly. Begin to bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to the mat about hip width apart. Inhale here. And exhale, let both knees drop to the right, keeping your feet in place. Feel a gentle twist in your spine as your legs fall to the side. As you inhale, bring your knees back through center. And exhale, let them drop over to the left side, continuing the gentle movement. Just continue the windshield wiper motion a few more times, allowing your hips and lower back to loosen up. Move with your own breath, inhaling as you bring your knees through center, and exhaling as they drop to the side. After your next round, let your knees drop over to the right side and pause there. From this position, adjust your legs to come into deer pose, so slide your right shin forward so that it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. Your right knee is bent about 90 degrees. Bring your left leg behind you, with your left knee also bent at about 90 degrees. Square your hips as much as possible, feeling grounded in the pose. Your torso should naturally face toward your right leg, and you have the option to keep your prop underneath your right hip if that feels good. Inhale to lengthen your spine, sitting up tall. And as you exhale, gently fold forward over your right leg, bring your hands or forearms down to the mat for support. You can always stay more upright if that feels better, or fold deeper if your body allows. Relax here for a little while. Now begin to press into your hands to lift your torso upright. You'll transition straight into pigeon pose from here, so begin to shift your weight slightly to the right, allowing your left leg to slide back behind you. You can lift your hips slightly off the mat to make this transition smoother. Allow your right shin to stay where it is, or bring your right foot closer to your left hip to make the pose more accessible. Remember, the more parallel your right shin is to the front of the mat, the deeper the stretch, but only go as far as feels comfortable for your body. Square your hips to the front of your mat, ensuring that they are level. If needed, you can keep or place a folded blanket, a block, or a cushion under your right hip for support. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, begin to fold forward over your right leg, walking your hands out in front of you. You can rest on your forearms or allow your forehead to rest on your hands. Take some time here, feeling the deep stretch through your right hip and glute, as well as an opening in your left hip flexor. If it is comfortable, you can gently rock side to side to explore different sensations in the stretch. This is your time, your practice. Wonderful. Begin to walk your hands back toward your body, lifting your torso upright. From here, shift your weights onto your right glute and swing your left leg around in front of you as you return to a seated position with your feet on the mat and knees bent. We will find some windshield wiper movements again, so place your hands behind you for support and start to lean back slightly. On an exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Inhale, allow them to come back to center. And exhale, drop them to the left. And again, continue this movement for a few rounds, allowing your hips to release tension and preparing your body for the next side. On your next round, let your knees drop over to the left side and pause there. Adjust your legs now into deer pose by sliding your left shin forward, keeping it parallel to the front of your mat and bring your right leg behind you with the right knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Square your hips as much as possible and sit up tall, feeling grounded in this position. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold forward over your left leg. You can place your hands on the mat for support or fold deeply if that feels good for your body. Remember the option of propping yourself up here. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale as you lift your torso back up from deer pose. And now shift your weight slightly to the left, allowing your right leg to slide back behind you as you transition into pigeon pose on the left side. Adjust your left shin, angling it comfortable as you square your hips toward the front of the mat, using a prop under your left hip if you'd like. If you can, try to bring your left shin parallel to the short edge of your mat. If this isn't accessible for you, no worries at all. Find an expression of this pose that feels right to you. Inhale as you grow tall through your spine. And exhale as you fold forward over your left leg. Breathe deeply here. Beautiful work. Slowly, with control, come back up. Shift your weight onto your left side and swing your legs around in front of you, coming into a seated position. From here, bring the soles of your feet together in front of you, allowing your knees to fall open to the sides, forming a diamond shape with your legs. You can draw your heels in towards your pelvis as close as feels comfortable, or you can keep them further away for a gentler stretch. Hold on to your feet or ankles with your hands, and as you inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head, lifting your chest and grounding through your sit bones. Stay where you are or begin to fold forward on an exhale, leading with your chest. Keep your back as straight as possible and only go as far as feels comfortable for your body. Allow your knees to naturally drop closer to the mat as your hips open up. Try to really let go and surrender yourself to this posture. When you're ready to come out, slowly bring your torso back up and bring your knees together, drawing them into your chest for a gentle squeeze. Place your hands behind your thighs and begin to roll down onto your back, vertebra by vertebra, until you're lying flat on the mat. Once you are on your back, draw your knees back into your chest, giving yourself a gentle hug. Inhale and extend your arms out to the sides in a T shape, allowing your shoulders to relax into the mat. And on an exhale, let both knees drop over to the right side, keeping your shoulders grounded on the mat. If it feels comfortable, you can place your right hand on top of your left knee or thigh for a deeper stretch. You might also turn your head to the left, bring your gaze over your left shoulder for a full spinal twist. Keep both shoulders pressing down toward the mat and allow your body to relax into the twist. Good. On your next inhale, gently draw your knees back through center, giving them a little hug. Exhale and let your knees fall over to the left side, repeating the twist on the opposite side. Remember, you can turn your head to the right if it feels good, or just keep it neutral. Breathe deeply here, feeling the stretch along the spine, the outer hip, and the side of your body. With each inhale, imagine creating more space between each vertebra, and with each exhale, allow your body to sink deeper into the twist. After your spinal twist, gently draw your knees back to center, giving them one last hug. And on your exhale, release your legs out long onto the mat, letting your feet fall open naturally to the sides. Arm extends down by your sides, palms facing up in a gesture of surrendering and receiving. Allow your fingers to naturally curl and your shoulders to melt away from your ears. Shavasana. Take a moment to adjust your body, ensuring you're completely comfortable. You might want to wiggle your shoulders a little to create space in your upper back, or gently tuck your shoulder blades underneath you to open up your chest. If your lower back needs extra support, feel free to place a rolled up blanket or bolster underneath your knees. But when you're ready, close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your belly with air. And exhale through your mouth. Let go of any remaining tension in your body and just feel yourself sink deeper into the mat. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm, soft and effortless. And feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly and chest with each breath. As you continue to breathe, take a moment to honor yourself for showing up today. It's not always easy to make time for yourself, to roll out your mat and to commit to this practice. But you did. You made it here, and that's something to be so proud of. And simply just rest here, letting your body and mind absorb all the benefits of your practice. And I'll call you out when it's time. When you're ready to return, start by bringing some gentle movement back into your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe roll your wrists and ankles. Perhaps taking a nice big stretch and a yawn. What does your body call for in this moment? And now, when you're ready, use your hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft. And now allow your hands to gently press into your heart center. Feel the serenity and warmth of home within you. In this connection to your heart, may you find peace, love, and gratitude. Let's honor our practice with a final nourishing breath. Inhale and exhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day.